Do you believe in hypnosis? Do the names John Milne Brimwell, William Joseph Bryan, or Jean Martin Charcot mean anything to you? Maybe Kevin Stone? Well, they don't mean anything to me. I just looked them up real quick on the Googles. Now, Derren Brown, that's a name that I know. Why are we bringing these up today? Because Bicycle Hypnosis cards, mesmerizing. Let's go ahead and open them up and take a closer look. So they do have a nice little pull tab here on the side. What I really love about these cards, I've been getting, every once in a while, my local Ollie's has them for $2. But of course, you can pick up these on Amazon, and it's a lot of fun. Bicycle cards are, of course, the bread and butter of what we do. And if you're a collector, then you're going to want to have these cards on hand. Now, we do have the green screen, and you can see that this congestion's taking a lot out of me, but we have this. I love the deck box because they really use that foil, which really does add to that mesmerizing thing. Now, my confusion is, and this is the fun part of what we do here, it's a green screen that apparently doesn't like blue. That's what I'm saying. So here's the deck. Gorgeous. We're going to, of course, turn off the green screen because you can't see the deck, so that's not really helping any. There we go. I can kind of see how it misinterpreted the back for that with the lighting. It really changes the context of your color, so you really have to keep that in mind. Now, we do have a beautiful deck here on this side. Now, of course, if I've reviewed this on the channel before, that's okay, because we get better as we go. Jokers, cotton candy colorway, I like that. Now, we do have this really big honking overhead light here that's it's brightening up my day, if you know what I'm saying. So Bicycle Hypnosis. So the black cards seem to have this more of a blue, like really dark blue vibe to them. The court cards have the same circle on them. See if I can go this way for you. There's the diamonds, which seem almost pink by comparison. And then, of course, the court cards have the opposite colorway there. I'm already flashing the secret reveal card, right? So these are all beautiful. Then, of course, the big question as we get towards the end here, what's the bonus card? And, of course, it's a double backer. Now, this is really something that I want to talk about here. Double backers are just a phenomenal way to add just a little bit of magic to everything that you do. And so we're going to teach you a trick right now. Here we go. Let's get into it. With the hypnosis deck out of the way. Mesmerizing, right? So here's what I advocate for this. Have your double backer. Make sure that your cards are broken up pretty good. I would normally spend a little bit more time with these than what I am right now. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have your double backer on the top. Now, I'm going to give you a couple of different options for what you can do with where I want you to put it. I want it to be on the bottom, but I want you to do it in a fair way that it's not something that they're going to notice. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do that. You could simply do a half pass, which is to turn over the deck. But you want to still be able to fairly show the cards in some context, right? So what you might do there is you might get a little bit of a thumb break on the back of the cards by doing a riffle, showing the bottom, and that gives them a flash of what's to be expected, but then you don't want to flash it again. What you want to do is you want them to think that that's the method, right? Or not method, but that's the sequence of events. As you're just trying to control the card from the top to the bottom, you could just do an overhand shuffle, and you wouldn't say any of that. You're just starting. You go ahead and pick a card. Let's make sure they're mixed up, whatever, anything like that. So that's 3 different ways you can do it. You can do the half pass, which is simply to cover the cards here, flip over the cards and show them. Look at the back of these cards. That's your justification for that. Other option is to do a double undercut, which is to get that riffle, get a thumb break, and then to cut the packet so that that's now on the bottom. And the other way to do that is just to do an overhand shuffle and then say, go ahead and check, pick a card. And I think that that's probably, depending on where you're doing this in the sequence, the double undercut might not really work for you, simply for the fact that there was no build up for that. Once the card is on the bottom and a card has been selected, we're simply going to do a nice little turnover move. Here, check this card, commit it to memory, if you will. And what you've done here is you simply drop this to your side. And in the motion of doing that, your hand is turned over naturally. So when you bring it back up, go ahead and put that card in face down into the pack so nobody's going to know what it is. Now you're simply going to do a turnover, but risk kill here as you're covering and that nice little smooth motion. Let's go ahead and get this back here so we can give the cards a nice little mix. And by doing so, I just controlled it back to the top. Now you could also do something as simple as a pinky pull down here to get the bottom card, and then you can do the double undercut here, especially if you wanted consistency and this is a middle part of your routine and you're doing the double undercut multiple times. Then what that does is it allows you to justify, that's how you mix up the cards, that's just how you cut them. You like to do a fancy swivel cut and then you'll undercut like that, and if that's what you've set up, then it makes perfect sense for that to continue here. Now what that has done is that it's created this situation where their card is now somewhere in the middle face up, and from that point you can do whatever you want. I prefer the delayed reveal, especially if you're doing for the hypnotic feel of it. Oh, we forgot to control that back to the top. So now if you do it in such a way where with a deck like this, you could actually see the white of the card. So you could actually control when they see it because you can see it on your side. So simply by not opening the cards as much so that it doesn't flash, then you can, give them what they want. Or, you can cover it up however you want to do it. Hey, take a look at this. All the cards there like that. And then we can cut to the table. And then however you want to do the reveal. Like I said, I definitely recommend, especially with cards like this. This looks great, but then they see the card right there. So ideally, you would show this side first, bring it back up a little bit. What do we have here? We can't really hypnotize you like that. There's your card. Now, if it's a hypnotizing deck with some patter, let's talk about script writing here. Definitely use keywords. Hypnosis is more about getting you to do the things that I want you to do. Like, I knew you were going to pick that card or anything like that. So you could do stuff where you control the card, and then I actually put a card in my pocket before we started, and it happened to be the same card. No, really, it's the same card because, you spread out the deck and there's nothing there. Now you have to be careful because you're going to want, not only are you going to, if you want to control their card, but then you have to be mindful of the fact that you have to also control the double backer to the top or get rid of it. So a good way to do that would be to, when you control it to your pocket, have it be the double backer, and then just pretend to just be like, this is a good way to do it. Like, I put a card in my pocket before we started. You've already controlled their card to the top. Yeah, your card is the 5. Perfect. And now you can cleanly show their card. So now I've given you some really good material here to start off with, a beautiful turnover card trick. But then I also gave you some segue possibility and some patter ideas. So this is the Bicycle Hypnosis deck. Of course, if you want this deck, you can go ahead and check it out over on Amazon. It's a fantastic deck. Pretty sure Amazon sells it. They sell most of everything. And hopefully pretty soon we'll have our Amazon affiliate link back up and running, and then you'll be able to check that out below. So stay tuned for more fantastic card reviews just for you. Thank you, everybody. Remember, stay positive. stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next one.